Habits don't change overnight. They just grow quiet in their own way. Footsteps soften, corners fade, as if the cold has learned our names. And no first snow to mark the time. No reason left to count the days. The season settles where it is, like it's always been this way. Nothing new arrives, yet everything feels placed. This is the white season, not a moment, not a sign, just the air we've been breathing for a while. No beginning to remember, no ending yet inside. This is the white season, and we're already inside. Cafes glow without a crowd. Windows hum in steady tones. Every scene repeats itself until it feels like home. Time moves slower when it stays instead of passing through. This is the white season, worn into the everyday. Not the cold we talk about, just the cold that stays. Every memory lines itself along these quieter nights. This is the white season, and it doesn't need to try. Maybe seasons don't arrive, they simply remain. This is a white season, held between before and after. Not a story we were given, just the space we walk through. If we're asked when it began, we won't know the time. This is the white season, and it's been ours for a The air hits sharp against my face. Each breath feels thin and clear. My hands forget what warmth was like out here. But somewhere past the chill noise, a quiet thought begins and moves slower than the day settling in. Nothing changes on the street, something changes here. Cold air, warm thoughts passing through my mind. Every step I take outside leaves another line. The colder it becomes, the softer I recall. Cold air, warm thoughts, I feel them both. Cold air, warm thoughts, holding different ends. One reminds me where I am, one where I've been. I don't need to choose between what I feel or what I saw. Cold air, warm thoughts, I carry both.
Pavement mirrors passing cars, silver traces pull apart. Every step redraws the ground in a quiet kind of sound. Signals blink and lose their count. Faces pass without a doubt. The city keeps its measured pace, as if it knows this space. Nothing asks me to look back. Still I slow my stride. Snowlight on the street, shifting as I move. Every reflection tells a part without a point of view. What the day is left behind finds another way to show. Snowlight on the street, and the city glows. Shop windows hold a muted shine. Scenes repeat along the line. Even shadows seem to wait for the next shape they'll take. The night doesn't close things down, it rearranges them. Snowlight on the street, lay it thin and slow. Not a signal meant to guide, just a way to know. Every surface turns aware of the cold it meets. Snowlight on the street, underneath my feet. Maybe this is how it stays, not in words but in the way. Snowlight on the street, fading as it goes. Nothing here is asking me to keep or let it go. I walk through what remains of an ordinary scene. Snowlight on the street, between the lines I read.
doesn't arrive as a scene, more like a tone I know, a shade that leans into thought, then quietly grows. Details blur at the edges, time skips the names. What stays is the feeling that everything felt the same. Not something I try to recall, it just opens. The winter we remember wasn't louder than before. It settled into ordinary days and stayed there. No moment marked its place, no words were ever said. That winter we remember lives in how we felt. I see it in smaller things, a pause, a familiar way, the shape of afternoons that never asked to change. Memory doesn't repeat, it reshapes. That winter we remember didn't need a reason why. It came as repetition, not surprise. Every day looks similar, still it left a trace. That winter we remember didn't fade. Maybe some seasons stay because we didn't try to keep them. That winter we remember was already part of us, not a story we retell, just a weightless touch. When I think back now, there's nothing I defend. That winter we remember was just there.
The day folds into itself, shops begin to close. I follow the same route I've always known. My pace fits the sidewalk like it's been rehearsed. Every turn feels measured by habit first. Nothing calls my attention, still I notice everything. Walking home in December with my hands deep in my coat. The air doesn't rush me, it lets me go slow. Every block feels familiar, every thought feels alive. Walking home in December at the end of the night. Ooh. pass in steady lines. Conversations drift away. I don't carry much with me, just the shape of the day. Routine softens the edges of whatever came before. Walking home in December, nothing waiting on the way. No messages to answer, no need to stay awake. Every step falls into place without being told. Walking home in December feels enough. Maybe this is where the day finally lets go. Walking home in December as the city settles down. The hours behind me lose their sound. I don't mark the moment, I don't need a sign. Walking home in December feels like mine.
I didn't mean to stop. My eyes just cut a shape. Letters drawn and half erased by footsteps I can't place. It wasn't written carefully, just traced in passing time. A moment held its breath and moved along the line. Nothing waited for my thought, still it stayed a second. Your name in the snow, already fading out, not meant to be remembered, not meant to shout. Every mark returns to white before I can decide. Your name in the snow, then gone. I stand where it had been, trying not to read what the day has already started to delete. Some things don't ask to last, they simply appear. Your name in the snow, light enough to miss, not a memory calling back, just a shape that existed. Every step that passes through erases what it knew. Your name in the snow and nothing else. Maybe that's why it feels close, because it didn't stay. Your name in the snow, I don't follow where it went. What remains is only the pause it left. No story left to tell, no reason why. Your name in the snow, and then the walk resumes. Ooh.
breath arrives before my words. A shape that forms then clears. The body speaks in shorter lines this time of year. The air resists each movement, just enough to feel. Every step reminds my lungs what's real. I don't need to look around to know where I am. Breath turns white, then disappears. A rhythm I don't try to keep. The colder it becomes, the clearer this feels. Breath turns white, and that's enough. The chest expands, contracts again in steady measure. Nothing extra enters in, nothing to remember. The body understands before the mind. Breath turns white against the dark, a simple sign I'm moving through. No message sent, no meaning carved. Breath turns white and moves on to. Maybe this is how the season speaks without a language. Breath turns white once, then twice, and fades back into air. I don't follow where it goes, I just stay aware. Every moment passes clean without asking why. Breath turns white as I walk by.
Lines of windows settle in. Across the blocks I pass, each one holds a different pace behind its glass. Signals pause then start again in measured intervals. Nothing rushes, nothing pulls, the night stands tall. I don't step into the scene, I let it stay complete. City lights in winter, holding their own ground. Not a glow that asks for more, just enough around. Every corner knows its place, every street aligns. City lights in winter, draw the lines. Above the traffic and thin. The city breathes in patterns I've learned to read. No need to follow where they lead. They're already there. City lights in winter, neither close nor far. They don't change the dark itself, they show it as it is. Every distance stays intact, nothing redefines. City lights in winter, between the signs. Maybe that's why they feel calm. They don't pretend to warm the night. City lights in winter as the hours pass. Not a promise, not a call, just something that will last. I don't wait for them to fade, I don't ask them why. City lights in winter stay where they
My hands stay buried for a while, no reason to take them out. The fabric folds around my palms without a sound. I don't check if they're still there, I already know. Some things don't need reminding, they simply hold. The cold keeps its distance now. Gloves in my pocket, worn thin from time. Nothing new about them, still they're mine. I don't put them on, I don't need to try. Gloves in my pocket, that's enough tonight. The street keeps moving somewhere else, I stay in my place. This quiet weight against my hands doesn't change. Not everything has to be used to be useful. Gloves in my pocket, holding their shape. They've learned my habits, they know my pace. I carry them without thought, like a habit I don't fight. Gloves in my pocket, through the night. Maybe warmth isn't something you wear, it's something you keep. Gloves in my pocket as the hours pass. I don't reach for more, I don't look back. What I need is already here, resting where it belongs. Gloves in my pocket as I move on.
Nothing's changing in a hurry. Still I notice the delay. Every hour holds its shape for one more day. The ground remembers what it was before the shift begins. I walk across it carefully, not asking when. Time doesn't speak out loud. It leans before the snow melts, before it moves on. There's a space between where the moment rests. No need to hold it still, no need to draw a line. Before the snow melts, this place is mine. Comes later than before, then leaves without a sign. Nothing here is disappearing, just changing sides. A rhythm sets itself. I follow before the snow melts, before it thins. Awareness settles in under the skin. Every second carries weight without a name. Before the snow melts, it stays the same. Maybe knowing where we are is enough. Before the snow melts into something new, this time fits the shape it's moving through. No ending written out, no signal sent. Before the snow melts, I'm present.
The hours stretch without a sound. Nothing needs to change. I sit with what the evening brings, letting it remain. A melody returns again, not asking for attention. It moves at the pace I need, without direction. Some things work better when they're not explained. This is a song for cold nights, played a little low, not to carry you somewhere else, just to let you know you're not moving through this alone, even when you are. This is a song for cold nights, wherever you are. The room responds in quieter ways. Shadows find their place. Nothing here demands relief or asks for space. Timing finds its balance on its own. This is a song for cold nights, repeating what it can. No big lines to hold on to, just a steady hand. Every moment finds a way to pass through clean. This is a song for cold nights in between. To stay present. There's a song for cold nights as the hours thin. Not a cure, not a promise, just something playing in. When the quiet feels too wide and the dark feels long, this is a song for cold nights, and it keeps going.
It's not something I planned to feel. It just arrives this way. The season takes a familiar shape without calling my name. Every change comes gently, nothing out of place, like knowing how the room will feel before I step inside. I don't try to understand if it's on its own. Winter feels like you, not because it stays, but because it moves around me in the same quiet way. Every shift feels measured, every pause feels true. Winter feels like you, and I know it when it does. The days don't speak too much, still they seem aware of where to slow, where to pass, what to leave untouched, and nothing here insists. It simply exists. Winter feels like you in how it holds its ground, never asking for attention, still always around. Every moment finds its pace without being told. Winter feels like you in what it doesn't show. Maybe that's why it feels close without needing to be named. Winter feels like you as the season unfolds. Not a thought I hold on to, just something I know. When everything else changes tone, it stays familiar. Winter feels like you in the way it lingers.
somewhere past the main streets where nothing tries to lead. The season settles quietly between what's seen. No signs pointing inward, no reason to arrive, just a stretch of unmarked space that stays alive. It's not meant to be noticed, and that's why it remains in the quiet corners of the season where the noise runs out. Nothing here asks for attention, nothing stands out. Every moment lowers its voice, every edge feels kind. In the quiet corners of the season I find time. Shadows hold their position without needing form. The day loosens its outline here. This place doesn't gather things, it lets them go. In the quiet corners of the season, there's no center line. Everything exists in balance without a sign. Doesn't show, feels complete in the quiet corners of the season. I breathe. Maybe this is where it ends, not with a in the quiet corners of the season as the hours thin. Nothing closes, nothing opens, it just eases in. If the rest of winter moves on, this stay's undefined. In the quiet corners of the season I don't
This is the moment. It simply arrives. The air feels less deliberate. The edges pre-light. What the season carries begins to loosen its hold, not leaving all at once, just letting go. No page turns over, the story just rests. When the season ends, it doesn't disappear. It folds into the background of everything here. No closing words, no final phrase. When the season ends, when the season ends. It remains unnamed. The days step forward quietly without asking why. What stayed returns to motion. What pause resumes its time. Nothing asks to be remembered. Still it's known. When the season ends, there's nothing to replace. It leaves its tone behind in the pace we take. Every change feels certain, every shift feels fair. When the season ends, it's already elsewhere. Maybe endings work like this, by not insisting. When the season ends, I don't mark the day. I walk with what it shaped in an unspoken way. If another season comes, it won't erase. When the season ends, it makes
The streets don't change overnight. They just grow quiet in their own way. Footsteps soften, corners fade, as if the cold has learned our names. And no first snow to mark the time. No reason left to count the days. The season settles where it is, like it's always been this way. Nothing new arrives, yet everything feels placed. This is the white season, not a moment, not a sign, just the air we've been breathing for a while. No beginning to remember, no ending yet inside. This is the white season, and we're already inside. Cafes glow without a crowd. Windows hum in steady tones. Every scene repeats itself until it feels like home. Time moves slower when it stays days instead of passing through. This is the white season, worn into the everyday. Not the cold we talk about, just the cold that stays. Every memory lines itself along these quieter nights. This is the white season, and it doesn't need to try. Maybe seasons don't arrive, they simply remain. This is a white season, held between before and after. Not a story we were given, just a space we walk through. If we're asked when it began, we won't know the time. This is the white season, and it's been ours for a
The air hits sharp against my face. Each breath feels thin and clear. My hands forget what warmth was like out here. But somewhere past the chill and noise, a quiet thought begins and moves slower than the day settling in. Nothing changes on the street, something changes here. Cold air, warm thoughts passing through my mind. Every step I take outside leaves another line. The colder it becomes, the softer I recall. Cold air, warm thoughts, I feel them both at once. The sky stays pale without a word. The world keeps its distance. Still my head feels gently full of familiar sentences. The season doesn't have to speak, I already know. Cold air, warm thoughts, moving side by side. Every moment feels divided, yet aligned. The sharper that the wind arrives, the more my memories talk. Cold air, warm thoughts, they don't cancel out. Maybe this is how it
numerous passing cars. Silver traces pull apart. Every step redraws the ground in a quiet kind of sound. Signals blink then lose their count. Faces pass without a doubt. The city keeps its measured pace, as if it knows this space. Nothing asks me to look back. Still I slow my stride. Snowlight on the street, shifting as I move. Every reflection tells a part without a point of view. What the day is left behind finds another way to show. Snowlight on the street and the city glows. Shop windows hold a muted shine. Scenes repeat along the line. Even shadows seem to wait for the next shape they'll take. The night doesn't close things down. It rearranges them. Snowlight on the street, lay it thin and slow. Not a signal meant to guide, just a way to know. Every surface turns aware of the cold it meets. Snowlight on the street, underneath my feet. Maybe this is how it stays. Not in words, but in the way. Snowlight on the street, fading as it goes. Nothing here is asking me to keep or let it go. I walk through what remains of an ordinary scene. Snowlight on the street, between the lines I read. It doesn't arrive as a scene, more like a tone I know. A shade that leans into thought, then quietly grows. Details blur at the edges, time skips the names. What stays is the feeling that everything felt the same. Not something I try to recall, it just opens. The winter we remember wasn't louder than before. It settled into ordinary days and stayed there. No moment marked its place, no words were ever said.
familiar way, the shape of afternoons that never asked to change. Memory doesn't repeat, it reshapes. That winter we remember didn't need a reason why. It came as repetition, not surprise. Every day looked similar, still it left a trace. That winter we remember didn't fade. Maybe some seasons stay because we didn't try to keep them. That winter we remember was already part of us, not a story we retell, just a weightless touch. When I think back now, there's nothing I defend. That winter we remember was just there.
The day folds into itself. Shops begin to close. I follow the same route I've always known. My pace fits the sidewalk like it's been rehearsed. Every turn feels measured by habit first. Nothing calls my attention, still I notice everything. Walking home in December with my hands deep in my coat. The air doesn't rush me, it lets me go slow. Every block feels familiar, every thought feels alive. Walking home in December at the end of the night. Windows passing, steady lines, conversations drift away. I don't carry much with me, just the shape of the day. Routine softens the edges of whatever came before. Walking home in December, nothing waiting on the way. No messages to answer, no need to stay awake. Every step falls into place without being told. Walking home in December feels enough. Maybe this is where the day finally lets go. Walking home in December as the city settles down. The hours behind me lose their sound. I don't mark the moment. I don't need a sign. Walking home in December feels like mine.
I didn't mean to stop. My eyes just cut a shape. Letters drawn and half erased by footsteps I can't place. It wasn't written carefully, just traced in passing time. A moment held its breath and moved along the line. Nothing waited for my thought, still it stayed a second. Your name in the snow, already fading out, not meant to be remembered, not meant to shout. Every mark returns to white before I can decide. Your name in the snow, then gone. I stand where it had been, trying not to read what the day has already started to delete. Some things don't ask to last, they simply appear. Your name in the snow, light enough to miss, not a memory calling back, just a shape that existed. Every step that passes through erases what it knew. Your name in the snow and nothing else. Maybe that's why it feels close, because it didn't stay. Your name in the snow, I don't follow where it went. What remains is only the pause it left, no story left to tell, no reason why. Your name in the snow, and then the walk resumes.
My breath arrives before my words, a shape that forms then clears. The body speaks in shorter lines this time of year. The air resists each movement, just enough to feel. Every step reminds my lungs what's real. I don't need to look around to know
colder it becomes, the clearer this feels. Breath turns white, and that's enough. The chest expands, contracts again in steady measure. Nothing extra enters in, nothing to remember. The body understands before the mind. Breath turns white against the dark, a simple sign. Season speaks without a language. With breath turns white once, then twice, and fades back into air. I don't follow where it goes, I just stay aware. Every moment passes clean without asking why. Breath turns white as I walk by. Lines of windows settle in across the blocks I pass. Each one holds a different pace behind its glass. Signals pause then start again in measured intervals. Nothing rushes, nothing pulls, the night stands tall. I don't step into the scene, I let it stay complete. City lights in winter, holding their own ground. Not a glow that asks for more, just enough around. Every corner knows its place, every street aligns. City lights in winter, draw the lines. Steady flow, reflections stack and thin. The city breathes in patterns I've learned to read. No need to follow where they lead, they're already there. City lights in winter, neither close nor far. They don't change the dark itself, they show it as it is. Every distance stays intact, nothing redefines. City lights in winter, between the signs. Maybe
tend to warm the night. City lights in winter as the hours pass. Not a promise, not a call, just something that will last. I don't wait for them to fade, I don't ask them why. City lights in winter stay where they
My hands stay buried for a while, no reason to take them out. The fabric folds around my palms without a sound. I don't check if they're still there, I already know. Some things don't need reminding, they simply hold. The cold keeps its distance now. Gloves in my pocket, worn thin from time. Nothing new about them, still they're mine. I don't put them on, I don't need to try. Gloves in my pocket, that's enough tonight. The street keeps moving somewhere else, I stay in my place. This quiet weight against my hands doesn't change. Not everything has to be used to be useful. Gloves in my pocket, holding their shape. They've learned my habits, they know my pace. I carry them without thought, like a habit I don't fight. Gloves in my pocket, through the night. Maybe warmth isn't something you wear, it's something you keep. Gloves in my pocket as the hours pass. I don't reach for more, I don't look back. What I need is already here, resting where it belongs. Gloves in my pocket as I move on.
Nothing's changing in a hurry, still I notice the delay. Every hour holds its shape for one more day. The ground remembers what it was before the shift begins. I walk across it carefully, not asking when. Time doesn't speak out loud, it leans before the snow melts, before it moves on. There's a space between where the moment rests it still. No need to draw a line. Before the snow melts, this place is mine. Comes later than before, then leaves without a sign. Nothing here is disappearing, just changing sides. The rhythm sets itself. I follow before the snow melts, before it thins. Awareness settles in under the skin. Every second carries weight without a name. Before the snow melts, it stays the same. Maybe knowing where we are is enough. Before the snow melts into something new, this time fits the shape it's moving through. No ending written out, no signal sent. Before the snow melts, I'm present.
The hours stretch without a sound. Nothing needs to change. I sit with what the evening brings, letting it remain. A melody returns again, not asking for attention. It moves at the pace I need, without direction. Some things work better when they're not explained. This is a song for cold nights, played a little low, not to carry you somewhere else, just to let you know you're not moving through this alone, even when you are. This is a song for cold nights, wherever you are. The room responds in quieter ways. Shadows find their place. Nothing here demands relief or asks for space. Timing finds its balance on its own. This is a song for cold nights, repeating what it can. No big lines to hold on to, just a steady hand. Every moment finds a way to pass through clean. This is a song for cold nights in between. present. There's a song for cold nights as the hours thin. Not a cure, not a promise, just something playing in. When the quiet feels too wide and the dark feels long, this is a song for cold nights, and it keeps going.
It's not something I planned to feel. It just arrives this way. The season takes a familiar shape without calling my name. Every change comes gently. Nothing out of place, like knowing how the room will feel. Before I step inside, I don't try to understand if it's on its own. Winter feels like you, not because it stays, but because it moves around me in the same quiet way. Every shift feels measured, every pause feels true. Winter feels like you, and I know it when it does. The days don't speak too much, still they seem aware of where to slow, where to pass, what to leave untouched, and nothing here insists. It simply exists. Winter feels like you in how it holds its ground, never asking for attention, still always around. Every moment finds its pace without being told. Winter feels like you and what it doesn't show. Maybe that's why it feels close without needing to be named. Winter feels like you as the season unfolds. Not a thought I hold on to, just something I know. When everything else changes tone, it stays familiar. Winter feels like you in the way it lingers.
Somewhere past the main streets where nothing tries to lead, the season settles quietly between what's seen. No signs pointing inward, no reason to arrive, just a stretch of unmarked space that stays alive. It's not meant to be noticed, and that's why it remains.
the season where the noise runs out. Nothing here asks for attention. Nothing stands out. Every moment lowers its voice. Every edge feels kind. In the quiet corners of the season, I find time. Shadows hold their position without needing form. The day loosens its outline here. This place doesn't gather things, it lets them go. In the quiet corners of the season, there's no center line. Everything exists in balance without a sign. Doesn't show, feels complete in the quiet corners of the season. I breathe. Maybe this is where it ends, not with a in the quiet corners of the season as the hours thin. Nothing closes, nothing opens, it just eases in. If the rest of winter moves on, this stays undefined. In the quiet corners of the season, I don't
Now this most a moment. It simply arrives. The air feels less deliberate. The edges pre-light. What the season carries begins to loosen its hold, not leaving all at once, just letting go. No page turns over, the story just rests. When the season ends, it doesn't disappear. It folds into the background of everything here. No closing words, no final The past resumes its time. Nothing asks to be remembered. Still it's known. When the season ends, there's nothing to replace. It leaves its tone behind in the pace we take. Every change steals center, every shift is fair. When the season ends, it's already elsewhere. Maybe endings work like this, by not insisting. When the season ends, I don't mark the day. I walk with what it shaped in an unspoken way. If another season comes, it won't erase. When the season ends, it may